Hello, Africa. My name is Eunice Tony, and this is the ETV Ghana's African Women's Voices show. If you're just joining us, this show comes up every Wednesday at 8 p.m. And we know that Wednesday is Women Crush Wednesday. So have you said something nice to the woman you're crushing on? If not, please do that before Wednesday gets to be over. Okay, first on the list in terms of people who are making it possible for us to be broadcasting today is Voltic. Always Voltic whenever it comes to hydration. Whenever I need water, I just say I need Voltic. And the interesting thing about Voltic is the fact that Voltic is very friendly with the environment. So for that reason, they've brought out a bottle that really can be degraded. So once you get your Voltic, you twist it and you enjoy it. That way, we get to save the environment by 7%. Next on the list is Albi Bite Catering Services. Albi is one lady who is good when it comes to pastries, when it comes to continental and local dishes. She is somebody that you really need to ask for help. She's going to sort you out no matter your budget. Sometimes people feel that, oh, okay, those who advertise on TV is so expensive, I can't afford it. That's not the case with Albi Bite. With Albi Bite, just let her know what your budget is and she'll be able to put something together that is going to make you really happy. And my hair, looking so lovely. It was proudly produced by Awo's Hair. You can find her on Instagram and she will sort you out. Do you want a blonde hair? You want something that is, dyed? You want something dark? Whatever your choice is, Awo's Hair will be able to sort you out on that side. And our pepper sauce, Chana Sheto. Chana, our #1 pepper sauce that makes our food taste better. I always say that on the African Women's Voices show, we always bring you a beautiful combo. Albi Bite will provide you with the food, Chana Shita will provide you with the pepper sauce, and Voltic will hydrate you very well to enjoy your meal. So we are going to be going over to the 60 seconds update segment where you'll be informed about what is happening in Ghana and across the world. When we return, I will be introducing our guest for today. So do stay tuned.
A leading member of the New Patriotic Party on Tuesday lauded the commitment of the First Lady of Ghana, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, towards improving maternal and child health in the country within the last 3 years of President Nana Addo's government. Mr. Yao Dabi, a former organizer of the NPP in the Brong-Ahafo region who made the commendation, asked Ghanaians to acknowledge as well the unparalleled contribution of Mrs. Samira Baumia and the Chief of Staff, Mrs. Akosua Frema Osei Opare, to national development. The Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Hajia Alima Mahama, on Wednesday, August 26th, gave an update on the ministry's effort to increase funding and improve financial management at the Metropolitan Municipal and District Assemblies. She outlined measures being taken by government to strengthen the financing base of MMDAs to raise revenue locally for developmental projects. Hajia Alima Mahama is expected to provide insights into government's intention to increase participation of the citizenry in democratic governance when she takes her turn at the Meet the Press series organized by the Information Ministry. The minister also provided updates on what has contributed to improvements in service delivery at the local level. Less than 1 week away from unveiling her new album, Celia, Nigeria's superstar singer-songwriter Tiwa Savage is giving fans one more taste of what's to come, and this time she's got help. On Monday, August 24th, Tiwa unveiled her new single, Temptation, featuring pop superstar Sam Smith. In an interview with Apple Music's Zane Lowe, Tiwa said that while she knew she and her team had locked Smith in for a feature, she did not believe it was actually happening till she heard the vocals. Savage also spoke about how Afrobeat as a genre has helped bring African culture to a wider mainstream audience, an accomplishment she's particularly proud of.
And you're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is ETV Ghana's African Women's Voices show. Today, on the various social media platforms of our organization, I was able to announce to us what topic we're going to be dealing with today. And interestingly, the topic is about women in media, the challenges that they face in their family and in their career. So whatever it is that they face as they work is what we are going to be talking about today. So we are hoping so well that we'll be able to give you all the information that you need to know about what's going on in the media and how women are able to survive in this space. Those who are not surviving also will be encouraged on the show to actually make amends and find ways to be able to put their lives together and then forge forward. And to help me to talk about this very interesting topic is somebody a lot of us have been hearing on radio and on TV and even on Instagram. So if you are not familiar with Talklife GH or Talklife TV, let me let you know that the host of that show is Yaa Konadu. A lot of us know her to speak Twi, but today we are going to interest you the more. Yaa Konadu, please, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Wow, you look fabulous.
Really?
I'm really loving your look. Yes,
Thank
your hair
you.
especially.
Oh, my hair. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You know, a lot of times people feel that, oh, those of us who, you know, do Twi in the media space, we don't know how to speak English. And that is something I feel that we really have to educate people on. You cannot do the Twi if you don't have a command of the English language.
Sure.
It's not possible.
And the scripts that you'll be reading, the news items and everything, is produced in English. So you have to know how to speak English, translate it from English. In fact, you need to have the understanding before you can translate it back to Twi to broadcast to your listeners or viewers.
What a wonderful job you're doing. And today we are going to be talking to our audience about what you face in this career of ours, because we are all in it together. So to set the tone for our conversation, I would like our audience to know exactly what the perception is about women in the media space. So we actually found something on the internet, and I'm going to be announcing that to you right now. The director will be putting that up the screen, and we'll all be able to understand what the situation is so that we set the background and then continue with our conversation. So there, it was found out by the Global Media Monitoring Project in the year 2015 that if we look specifically at the production of news, a media space that reflects women's role in the democratic process across all formats, we are looking at TV, radio, and print, women appear as subjects in the news 24% of the time, meaning 3 out of 4 people appearing in the news are male. 3 out of 4 people appearing in the news are male. And this was actually gotten from Global Media Monitoring Project in the year 2015. So with this background, we're going to, set the ball rolling and then have the conversation around this. That a lot of women are in this space, but interestingly, we have, more stories churning out to be around men.
Sure.
Why do you think this is the situation?
Because women are doing a lot, but we are not doing a lot.
Women are doing a lot, but we're not doing a lot.
That is it.
Okay.
We do most of the things at the background. We do a lot of feminine activities, everyday life activities, our career, everything on the quiet. If we look at the political front, it's a male-dominated area. Few women, both in Ghana, Africa, and around the world. When we get to the corporate world, a lot of men are able to move around, move about, work. We see a few women. By God's grace, in recent times, we see CEOs of telcos being women, and it's encouraging. But it's not enough. It's not.
It's not enough.
So the male or the men will be working. We are working side by side with them. But because they have so many things at their disposal, women do not have those things at our disposal. So at the end, we see them, and we, the women in media, will also project them. And then a few of the women will pass through. That's how come 24%?
Yes.
Yes.
That's really low. So that brings us to the second figures that we also got about the information on the ground about how women are perceived across the world. So let's have that pop up right now. So it says that when women appear as persons interviewed or heard in the news, people actually portray them as ordinary people, and in most cases, it happens that 18% of female news are having women being portrayed as victims. Victims. So based on this research from Global Media Monitoring Project, it buttresses what you just said right now. That a lot of times the reason why it's the way it is that men are doing a lot and it's being seen. Women are doing a lot but it's not being seen.
Yeah.
However, when women are even seen, they are projected as victims. You do not see women being projected as people who are powerful, people who are making change, people who are actually impacting in society. That's not what the case always is.
We don't highlight the activities of women. But when there are issues, when there are problems, when women are suffering, we take delight in voicing it out. That is where we will see all the gender acronyms being mentioned. Oh, this is inequality, abuse. If it's official in terms of remunerations, we will mention parity. That's where all the terminologies in gender comes out. We will fight for stigmatization, if it's abuse, domestic, whatever, emotion, everything we will talk, because a woman is suffering and it has come to the limelight. But women are working. Roy, she's a woman. Do you hear of her? She's working. Samba Foods, she's a woman. How often do we hear of them? Things that they are doing that need push. They have to pay.
To be projected.
To be projected. They have to. But we shout, oh, women empowerment, women empowerment. The few that are empowered, how do we support or empower them so that others will also rise? We don't.
That's very true.
When it is negative, you see, in Africa, Ghana, and the whole world, bad news sells. When something bad, something negative happens, hey, we all focus our attention on that. Recently, we carried a story about a woman whose husband used an object to hit her private parts severally. It didn't happen 1, 2, or 3. Continuous. When the media came in, a woman has been beaten, a woman has been abused, everybody is shouting, everybody is talking about it.
She's a victim.
But how we portray the victims, we do not highlight the good things that women do enough. I won't say zero, but enough. Okay. We don't do it enough. Women are rising. We have scientists, we have welders, electricians, we have women's prayers. We have so many women doing a lot of things. Do we project them? Do we give them space? Unless probably it's a week celebration of something. If we are looking at skills training, for instance, they will say, oh, okay, women in skills training, let's see what women are doing. Or, okay, mechanic or the sprayer's job is a lot of male. You see men doing it. So it's a male-dominated area. Okay, we've seen some few women in there. Oh, let's project them. In recent past, cameramen, people who were manning the cameras in studios, majority were men. The few women that were able to do it, when we are celebrating women in media, then we project them. At the end of the week or month, what happens? So the remaining 11 months, they are not working. They don't do anything special. We just walk in and out. We work 1 week in a year. No, definitely no. So I think it's about time that if indeed we need women and we believe in what women do, we have to empower them and empower them right. We have to blow our own trumpet. The few women in the media space must blow the trumpet of fellow women so that at least we won't get it equal. Equality, it will take a lot of years, a lot of time. But gradually,
we're getting there.
Can get there.
Okay. So coming back to the conversation where you talked about women being victims, so would you say that maybe apart from highlighting the fact that the women are the victims, when we are also reporting, we also need to be able to highlight the part that a male has done this and somehow find ways to educate men as to how to live with their spouses better and probably stop, what is going on. It's not like we're trying to tag men that this is how they behave.
Okay.
But we should use that opportunity to be able to also address that issue, of this abuse.
Eunice, let me center our discussion here in Ghana. Here in Ghana, we have our own culture, our own traditions. We are in a space where men are superior. Well, says the Bible, even the Bible give the men
such authority.
Good. But our culture is such that women must obey, submit, and do everything that men says. So, in some areas, women do not have access to land, where farming is their main occupation, and the woman does not have access to land, but she will be feeding the family. She will be a vulnerable woman. She will be at the weakest side. We have cultures that prevent women from occupying certain positions. Even in politics, apart from running mates, and probably Nana Konadu Rollins, who was bold enough to
make an attempt to actually
and even when she made that attempt, women, we didn't support her. We, the women ourselves, we didn't support her. But the larger population is women. So you see, culture, mindset, because of our culture, we've accepted certain norms that, oh, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. And so we've accepted that.
So you're trying to say that the culture somehow has shaped the way we project the women.
Oh, sure.
Because this is where we are supposed to be according to our culture. That's why we are projected as victims in situations.
Culture, religious areas, and then we come to the corporate. So all these things hinders the progress of the woman. So you educate the male or the man who is abusing the woman. Whereas the man feels, oh, okay, you've reported me. Now you want people to teach me how to live. The pure African man, the Ghanaian man, doesn't want to be defeated. His authority is superior. So I won't accept that. Well, if that is what the police says, if that is what the media is saying, if that is what social commentators are saying, come home. But we'll see who will take care of you and your children. This is the same woman who is not working. She doesn't have access to land, access to money, capital, nor any strong business that probably she can rely on. So, in the morning, she will eat, her kids will eat, they will go to school, they will need clothes, and so many things. She's at the mercy of the man. So she well, even if they say it's not right, if I leave, what am I going to eat?
Yes.
So the empowerment, it's not just the media, but the empowerment of women must be looked at holistically. If we don't start from the scratch, and then we decide to hang around in between, We will fight, we will make noise, we will act, but it will get back to ground zero.
Okay. So I like the fact that you raised something around politics, and how somehow, even when women try to even want to step into the space of politics, fellow women don't even want to support the person. Have you also observed that when it comes to politics, and maybe two women actually are vying for a particular position, maybe MP or any position at all, and there are two women, the reportage in the media space is no longer about issues. People begin to talk about traits. Oh, she's a mother. Oh, she's so calm. Oh, she's peaceful. Is that supposed to be the case?
And is that not what we even need? If the person is calm, the person is a mother, the person is that soft. Soft not as in she can't work. We have something that we call abadaye in Akan. Women, we have soft spots. We aspire for the best. So why do they use that against women instead of using it for our benefit? So you see, the woman is beautiful. Yes, she is. But apart from the beauty, the physical appearance, we don't see any other good thing in women.
So you're saying that it should be issue-based. We should
It
be able
should
to
be
say
issue-based.
Issue-based.
Yes, because we have some men who are equally handsome. They have charisma, and that projects them ahead of their fellow men who are competing. But they use issues when they are discussing them. So why would they use our weaker side? I don't even see it as weak. So why that they can't just say, okay, women, let's portray them, let's see what is in them, what they can do.
Or maybe, for instance, say that, oh, she actually is the CEO of a particular firm. She's able to take care of a staff of about 50. She's an organizer. She's an achiever. She's done this and that. That's not the case. It's all about, oh, she's calm. Oh, she's peaceful.
If they don't say you are calm, hey, women, alomo jata.
Okay.
She will be too hard, too difficult to deal with. She won't understand anything. So that perception, that mindset, we already portray them either too negative or too...
When it's too positive, then it means that she's going to be hard-headed.
Good.
And cannot be somebody who is going to be good
she
in
won't cooperate
leadership.
with you. And so why choose somebody who won't cooperate with you?
So that's the reason why most of the time it's not issue-based.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. So moving past politics now, we are coming closer to women in the corporate world, because we've been able to set the tone as to how women are perceived, in the media generally. So now we are talking about the practitioners themselves. So it's also noticed that in many cases, you find a lot of women in the newsroom, as it was mentioned, as reporters, and hardly find them in leadership positions. Meanwhile, you could have competent women who could be there. But here is the case, a lot of media houses are not being headed by women.
The media entity, the corporate world closes at a point in time. If you are in the corporate, let's say banking or any other field, work starts at 8 and closes at 5 in most cases. But within the media space, there is no closing time.
Yeah.
There is no closing time. So instead of the woman in the corporate, the main corporate, let me put it, the main corporate as in the 8 to 5 working space. Women in media, me for instance, today I went to work as early as 5 a.m.
Okay.
I closed at 4 p.m. I'm a woman. I have kids to take care of. I have family to take care of. Plus my features as a woman. I have a calendar. My hormones, my menses, my pregnancy. Even if I'm grown, my menopause, my mood swing, all those things, they sometimes hinder
women progressing towards, leadership roles.
Even apart from progressing your activeness in the office.
Okay.
Assuming you have menstrual cramps and it's a Monday, a busy day in the media space. Mondays busy because we've gone for weekend, a lot of activities that we manage the newsroom with a skeleton of staff. And then your menstrual cramps starts. You are supposed to chair a meeting. You are supposed to make sure things are put together. So, because you may not be active at that particular time that you are needed most, we use that against you. Oh, she can't be here always. We need someone who will be here always. So instead of, okay, she can do it, but we need somebody to be here always. Let's give her the opportunity. Let's assign a male to him, to her. Her deputy must be a male so that at least, even if she's a woman, we all do not make our menses in the same
same time, no.
So instead of us finding ways that we can go about it well, instead of us managing the situation, we just pick its en bloc and then we use it against the women. So she can do it on a very good day when she's not suffering, and it's not her doing.
It's a
nature.
Biological thing, yes.
Good. She can work, but because probably 2 days in the month, she may not be too active. We use that against them. Let's get to the family issue. The woman will start the day per our culture and how we're brought up. A few homes will see men laying bed, putting the house
in order,
preparing breakfast, taking the kids to school, bringing them back home.
And even now that we are on lockdown, somehow schools are not, actually working now. It's the same women who have to also take care of these children, the classes.
And then monitor them whilst you are away. The job of the teacher has also become part of the mother.
Yeah.
You have to do that monitoring in addition to what you does. So you see, from dawn till midnight, this same woman is doing virtually everything. But she is working within the same space with the man. Some men will come home, take off their shirts, their shoes, go wash down, come and check what food was prepared. If your wife is in the media and she left home at 5 a.m., my dear, when will she drop the kids at school? Sometimes we pick our kids and take them to the office. We pick them, take them to the office, and when we close, we go home with them. Whereas the man in Akan, they say, so our tradition, our culture reflects here also. So a few men will support you, the rest they won't. We live in a society that marriage, childbirth, that of a man is no issue too much, but the woman, anyway, you have a biological clock. So putting all these things together, the woman thinks, okay, after all, what? If I can get somebody who can take care of me, let me leave. Or let me do the little that will be assigned to me. I won't even take the leadership position so that it will affect my home. So all these factors are part of the reasons why we still lag behind within the media space.
Okay, wow, that's interesting to know. But sometimes do we also hear people have this perception that a lot of times, because women are not granting men sexual favors, that's the reason why they're also not rising up. So this aspect you touched on right now is actually eye-opening. Our biological, situation kind of makes us to be dropped in terms of, when it comes to decision making. So
Sure.
it's felt that, okay, she can't really do it. Let's get a man to be with her and all of that. I think when we come back from the commercial break, I would like us to talk about another issue that is really particular about women and how they are perceived at their workplace.
Okay.
We'll be right back. So it's about the, being victims of sexual harassment. And you're welcome back. Just before we went on the commercial break, Nana Yaa Konadu made us to understand that one of the reasons why women are not climbing up in the ladder when it comes to working in the media space is the fact that our biological situation is usually used against us. So it's seen as a negativity. So because of those things that happen to us, our mood swings and certain things that are not our fault, they naturally come to us. It makes us to be seen as people who are weak and cannot actually be put up to do anything whenever we are called upon, because there's this fear that, okay, what if you call her up and then she's in that mood? It means it's not going to work. So for that reason, we are not considered to climb up. So I was asking her about the fact that people also have this perception that giving men sexual favors is the reason why a lot of women are not climbing, because it's more like if women do not give their bodies, then they do not climb. So I'd like to hear her take on this.
I don't believe in that.
Okay.
You see, we always focus on negativity. There are a lot of women in the media who are who they are because of what they are and what they believe in. Are the women raped? Do we hear women in the media being raped? Are they? No. When you want employment in a company or an entity, just like any other job field, if you be harassed, you will be harassed.
So it's not particular to women in media?
No. It is not. And I'm not a believer of that, I wasn't able to rise because I didn't give in to the sex favors they wanted from me. If you really want to rise, you will. There are women who voice out what they do not like. Assuming you are in the media, you speak for people, you project issues. Why don't you project your own? If indeed it is true, you see, why won't you project your own?
Maybe the cultural thing again. People feel that, okay, if I say it, then they will say, now I'm a victim, so they don't want to do all of that. That's why they're not.
But when you are abused sexually, will you report to the police?
Definitely.
So, what's the difference here? You see, the lazy ones, let me put it straight. This one, I will put it straight to the women. The lazy ones always find excuse for the reason why they are where they are. There may be challenges, genuine challenges. That is right. You may encounter it. But it is not in the media alone. If it is happening everywhere. So if women are not rising everywhere, and not just in the media. No. Even now, in this our time, gone are the days where if you are not employed, you can't work within the media space. With the introduction of social media, many women have become their own bosses, doing their own thing. It's a matter of you, the individual, what you want and how you want it. Assuming I come to ETV, I bring in my application letter. Oh, I'm called, put on probation for 3 months, 6 months. And they say, okay, Nanaya, we are sorry, we can't continue with you. Does that mean a gentleman made advances on me and he didn't succeed, and so he didn't push for me to be maintained? It may be that my output wasn't enough. It wasn't what they wanted. I didn't work hard enough, or I didn't represent what the station represents. Maybe challenges, other corporate challenges is the reason why they say no. Will you always say, because I'm a woman, because of my curves, because people made advances at me, so I wasn't employed? Sometimes we must go beyond those rumors or perceptions. We perceive, oh, because I'm beautiful, because the gentleman was looking at me this way, I think he needs something from me. We must also take that thing out of our mind and just focus on what, or the reason why we are at that company or that media organization, that particular time that we are. If we find excuses, we will have 1,001. We will never move forward. It's about time we ignore those things and push forward. If indeed you think you are being abused or you are being sidelined because of sexual harassment, it's a crime in Ghana. It's a criminal offense. Report it. If not, shut up.
Yeah.
If we keep saying that, the younger ones who are in school, if I will get employment, I have to offer my body. So when they are on attachment or doing their national service, that is the perception they have. Oh, if they see my curvy body, if I give in, I will be able to secure employment. My dear, those who chip in themselves and give in easily because of these minor favors, they end up being thrown out too.
That's true. So your suggestion here as to women climbing the ladder when it comes to media is that, okay, in the corporate environment, employers should understand that the biological thing happens, but we should not use that to victimize the women.
No.
Let's understand that the woman is not always on her menses. So it's just something that happens once in a month, in a very short time. So let's not use that to judge the women.
Yes.
Allow them to take those positions. And when those challenges come, obviously there will be people around to help or support the person.
And even a good leader will make provisions for days like this. There are so many media houses where women are managing, especially the newsroom. You see, the news department is the backbone of every media house, unless it's not a news station. The person can make alternative arrangements. Oh, okay, probably this time of the month, because of how I am, my cramps, my inabilities, let me prepare exclusive stories, enough that we can use it to cushion ourselves when I'm not available.
Okay, wonderful. So can we also say that when women are in in leadership positions within the media organizations, they would help to project women better? They would help other women rise. Do you believe in that? Is it something that we are experiencing in the media space right now that you want to talk about?
I would say yes and no.
Okay.
The yes. You see some women helping women, supporting women. Some are even going the extra mile of grooming these younger ones to become what they dream of. That's the positive. The negative aspect too, probably, it is human nature, not just women. this thing, I should have had it. It belongs to me. It will fit me more than, this position will fit me more than Eunice. Oh, why Eunice, not me? Those are individual. If the person is the jealous type, the selfish type, this will happen. But the woman who is not will keep pushing women. But I believe those who keep pushing are more than the few who out of selfishness may not.
Okay.
So if we have or we get more women in leadership positions within the media space, it will help.
Okay, the reason why I ask this question is that sometimes we have women who probably are nursing their babies or probably pregnant, and they're supposed to close at a particular time. Fine, everybody knows. And then before you know it, a particular meeting will be put up already saying that, oh, we have to have a meeting at 4 o'clock when the person is supposed to have left at 3 o'clock. So you know that this person is supposed to have gone home to go and nurse her baby. Now you fix a meeting for 4 o'clock, making the woman have to decide between having to go and nurse her baby and then having to stay for that meeting at 4 p.m.
Eunice, you see, that's why I'm saying there is always a way out. I was saying earlier that I started work at 5 a.m. today, for instance. I closed at 4. If I'm a nursing mother, within the media space, it's not that rigid clock in, clock out, especially when you are with the current affairs department.
Actually, I'm seeing something popping up on the screen right now. This was actually a conference that was, you know, had today about women in media as well. And you see a photographer who is actually having her baby behind her and still doing her job.
Yes.
So that's what we find ourselves in.
Yes, because probably there's nobody home to take care of the baby. And now school is not in session. So the baby could have been taken to the crèche or the baby home to be taken care of. But it's not. Should she stay home and use what to feed the baby?
So all the time, somehow, we are always made to choose.
So if we have more women who understand how women live, our challenges, they will understand us better and place us at convenient places that won't inconvenience us.
Okay.
Assuming, ideally, if you're on maternity and you resume, work closes at 3. In some, when moving forward, you close at 4. When the meeting is at 4, your input is needed. Why can't we arrange so that you can even work from home and get to the office at 1? What about that?
So that's a suggestion you're putting across to employers who are actually employing women who are nursing in their media organizations. We'll be going for a very short commercial break. When we return, we'll be talking about what the women are facing in their homes. Stay tuned. And you are welcome back. I will be opening the phone lines right now for you to put that call through. Probably ask us a question about something you don't understand. The numbers are right now on your screen. It is 0555 5657 278. 0555 5657 278. So please give us that call and let us know what you think about women in media. So, Nana Konadu, could you just give me one word to describe how women are being seen at home, women who work in the media? What is the perception?
Tough.
Tough. Okay. All right. I would say hard-headed. Tough, hard-headed. Some will say that women who are in media at home are not submissive. because they feel that they've become celebrities. Everybody gets to hear you, everybody sees you on TV, you get to look good. So for that reason, you are not submissive. And that's the reason why a lot of women in the media, well, it's perceived that it's either they are divorced or they are separated or they're not married at all. And then they use women empowerment to cover up the situation and say, oh, I don't really need a man to make me happy and all of that. So that is what the perception is. What is your take on this?
I don't believe it's just within the media space. It happens to all career women. The fact that the person is on TV, the person is on radio, the person is popular doesn't change who the person is, unless the person doesn't know what she stands for. If you know your position, you know your belief, you know what you stand for, you always work to maintain it. You always make sure you are in track. You are in the right track. Being, I simply don't get it here. It shouldn't be your work, but hey, because if the person is in the media, she hears a lot, sees, she may see it all. How people who were abused stayed on and how it ended. Or probably something else. It's a personal decision. It's not because of the work. Sometimes because of the work, people think, oh, onimbibia or you're too known. So even when you are pushing for the right thing, or you are making suggestions for the right thing,
they feel it's your too knownness that it's out.
So the earlier they see us as stakeholders in the home and accept us and probably judge with us on issues that we bring in, we can always agree or disagree, but that shouldn't be the reason for broken homes. That shouldn't be the reason for women in the media being divorced. No. I don't believe in that.
Okay, all right. So if you had that perception that the reason why a lot of women or some women are not married or divorced in the media space is because they are not submissive or they are hard-headed or they do not believe that they can work with any man, that's not the case. According to Yaa Konadu, it's an individual decision. You have no idea what the person must have experienced in the past or actually going through. So you do not just judge if you do not know the actual story behind the reason why the person is actually having the status he or she is actually occupying. So let's not just conclude that women in the media are not getting married because they are not submissive. So that has been dealt with. Thank you very much, Yaa Konadu. So what would you say to any lady who is watching us right now and is interested in the media? Already we've highlighted the fact that we have men, dominating the space when it comes to leadership. Women, yes, okay, I hear we have a caller right now. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, caller.
Yes, can you hear me?
If you could just increase the volume a little bit of your phone.
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Perfect, I can hear you now. Please, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, my name is Kay. I'm calling from Domi.
Hi, Kay. Okay, from Domi. Please, let's have your question or contribution.
Yes, well, I just want to digress a little from the marriage aspect,
Okay.
but from personal interaction with some female in the media landscape, I can tell you for a fact that some of them are not submissive, honestly, just like you rightly mentioned that some people, are saying. Honestly speaking, you will find out that most of the media guys are really cool to roll with. They try, when they see you as one of them, but when you come in contact with the females, they try to act as though, they know it all. Probably, maybe they are exposed to a whole lot of things, but they must be submissive in a way. Sometimes it makes it difficult, for us to approach them. Yes. There was a time I had to invite one media person, one journalist, I should say, from a TV station to cover a program. And the program had to be postponed, okay? And the best I could do was to send her a message, inform her that this is the situation. And the date is on this new date. She got furious when I had to call her, a day before the program to remind her. I think it was 3 days to the program. She got furious that why would I wait till 3 days to the program before I call and the whole lot. And I was like, oh, come on. I had given you a date ahead. And I'm calling 3 days to the date. And why would you be furious? At least you should keep it on your calendar or probably. So it's better dealing with the guys and the ladies for me.
Okay, all right. Oh, well, I wouldn't want to say that that's a general perception of us. It's unfortunate that you actually, got that treatment from that person. So please leave that person to be on her own and deal with other females in the space, and you get to see that we have a lot of us.
You can't use one case to
generalize
for all.
Okay.
No. We won't accept that.
Okay.
So PK, well, points well noted, but that's not how the women in the media are. We are not like that.
Okay. So you get to meet, you see myself and Yaa Konadu, we would really treat you well, okay? And so many other people too in the space, all right? So we wish you well in your meetings with other women in the space, okay? And do call us next time when you have a good treatment. All right. I was just going to take your final words as to for you to actually advise any woman who's watching us right now about entering this space. No need for fears, right? What would you want to say?
Who are you? What do you represent? Where do you want to go? If you have all these things, which every person, every human being, everyone who has planned his or her life needs, that alone will guide you.
Okay.
One, you will be used, not in the negative way. Probably a senior colleague may even send you on errands. Go and shop for me. Go to the market, buy this for me. They are all parts of the learning processes. It will even influence your story writing when it gets to market life. So you take advantage of every experience and then you put it into good use. Prayer, submissive to authority. I think that's the perception. I keep saying perception because I've never been arrogant. And I don't want to be too. I work with women. In my department, we are all women. We work together, sometimes shop together, eat together with other women. So we can support each other well if you submit to the person, whether age or experience of the person in the field that you've chosen. That's the key.
Wonderful. So she's saying that you don't have to be afraid. You will get married if you're in the media space. It doesn't affect you from getting married, okay? You live your normal life and then you even actually have a lot of experiences from being in the media space as a woman. So good luck to you if you've chosen to come into this space. It's a beautiful place and we wish you all the best. So we are going to be rounding up right now and it's so hard for us to say goodbye, but that's how time flies. The repeat broadcast of this program is going to be shown to you on Saturday here on ETV Ghana at 12 noon. However, every time we have a guest, our sponsors always make our guests smile. First is, I'll Be Bite. I'll Be Bite is giving us a very beautiful cake for the guests, and that is what is here. So we are presenting this very beautiful cake to you. It says many thanks from the AWV, which is the African Women's Voices Show.
Thank you.
So I'll Be Bite says you should have this. I'll Be Bite, thank you so much. So for that catering need of yours, choose I'll Be Bite, okay? Chana Shita also says we are going to be giving you a package, you know, from Chana. Enjoy the Shito and
Okay.
give her all the fans that Chana Shito is the best pepper sauce anyone could
problem at
have.
all.
Okay? All right. And Voltic also says we are going to be giving you some packs of Voltic as well, so that whenever you are doing that story writing, thinking through that thing you're going to edit, and you know, getting ready for your TV show, you just think about your hydration partner, who is Voltic, Voltic, Voltic.
Thank you.
And I want to say a very big thank you to our Woz Hair. You can find her on Instagram. She has made me look this beautiful, and I would love her to make you look beautiful as well. So next time you think about having your hair done, think about our Woz Hair on Instagram. So see you same time next week. Bye-bye.